Hello to whoever finds this journal. My days in Maryland have been rewarding as they are troublesome, and as often dangerous. I have spent the last 6 years assembling my notes in hopes the knowledge I have gained over the time spent in this world to bring good fortune to whoever finds this, and to help them get a better understanding of the world they are about to enter. My intent is to create a compendium of how the world works, what it has to offer, and how you can survive and prosper. There are times I feel my work will only serve more confusion about what I found, but I also felt it necessary to compose my ideas and experience to illuminate a path to those who wish to explore. Contained within are recipes, survival tips, warnings, and more, all in an effort to promote safe travels and an overall awareness of the world you are entering. There will be times when you will be tested in ways this compendium can either prepare you for or help you from. Your choices as a player and a guild may lead to swift and unprecedented consequences. I believe this to be the ultimate guide for survival and success. Welcome to Mortal Online 2. MEDULI. It's a shipping town south of Tindrum, rich in surbura mining, and it has a wide variety of different fish life. Some say it's a rat's nest, others say it's the perfect place for new players to start, as the area is heavily protected by Kodo and other anti-RPK guilds. Say of it what you will. No, really, down in the comments. That's called viewer engagement, baby. One thing is for certain, the Western Steppe has a wide variety of animal materials. In this section of the compendium, we are going to talk about your beginnings as a hunter, and how you can start putting gold in your pockets, weapons in your hands, armors on your back, and respect with the local butchers and crafters. Hunting can be very profitable to the right people, and unlike woodcutting and mining, it's arguably one of the more engaging and exciting ways to make money. I've spent the last week or two documenting every bit of wildlife in the surrounding area, and the materials that they give. I will be doing a separate butcher guide in the future, but in this guide we will discuss which animals give which material. Every bit of animal materials have specific uses, and every bit is useful. Bones can be used to power level crafting skills for cheap, meat can be used in health or fatty foods if you need to pack on some extra weight to get that sweet +5 strength bonus. Furs can be used for armor backings. Teeth and exoskeletons can be used for weapons and shield crafting, as well as armor. It just depends on what you craft or who you are working for. The first thing you would want to do is head to the broker and check buy orders, and see if any butchers are looking for animal carcass. Or if you yourself are a butcher, check to see who is buying what material, and then get geared, grab your horse, and begin your day of hunting. You won't have to travel far outside of MEDULI to start running into wildlife. The area is mostly populated by BELBUS, TAUR, and GAUR, aka buffalo. There is also a population of COUGAR, SPRINGBOK, spiders, TEGMATONS, wolves, and black bears. I can't stress enough how many different species of animal are in this small area. You will also find desert horse spawns, steppe horse spawns, and mongrel horses. We will be doing a taming guide in the future, but for now, let's get started on where these animals are and why you want to hunt them. Please be cautious when fighting anything in this world, as most aggressive animals are faster than you and can be very difficult to outrun. Animals now run in front of your horse, making it more difficult to kite or run in circles, which makes them more aggressive, so be prepared. Some animals are very difficult to parry. The number of carcass you collect is determined by the animal's size, so if you hunt a large animal like a bear or buffalo, you will need more bag space, but most horses can only carry up to 6 stacks or so. Also, I will note, due to updates of this game, some of these numbers might be slightly off or changed completely, so check your local market for what's buying and selling. Let's start the guide off with BELBUS, as they are the most populated species in the Western Steppe. BELBUS are an abomination, a monstrosity of dog. Well, maybe they bark like a dog. I mean, look at this thing. It's just ugly. They are under the zoology lore of canine, and as they pollute the area of MEDULI, people will often buy and butcher these for about 1,200 full grain leather, 600 guard fur, 500 ground fur, and 500 malarium. With full lore, of course. From what I noticed, the animal is also weak to piercing and slashing. Malarium is a dental lore. You can have difficulty fending off a pack of BELBUS if you don't have decent armor or weapons, but they aren't really much of a threat like their cousins, the Tardog. I would say they can be a real danger if you find yourself outnumbered. And you can find a BELBUS right outside of MEDULI. There are some to the east, some to the north. They're pretty much scattered around the entire area. They are not difficult to find at all. TAUR dogs are the bigger, meaner cousin of BELBUS. Part bear, part dog, part...
I'm talking, of course, about Man-Bear Pig.
No, Mr. Al Gore, not this time. TAUR dogs can be found outside of the town, past the pond to the east, and also on the southern hill of MEDULI. They have more hit points and are stronger than BELBUS. They are weak to piercing and slashing, and are great to train mounted archery on. People mainly hunt and butcher these for about 400 full grain leather, 320 ground fur, 200 guard fur, 200 malarium, with full lures. They make excellent battle pets when tamed, and they do really strong damage. No, this isn't an entry for your dear Aunt Tilda. I know, she's an animal in them sheets. But this time we're talking about the actual animal cougars. They are in fact the perfect killing machine. See what I did there? Forget about it. Cougars are a true danger to anybody not equipped with a strong weapon and good armor. They hit hard, they are quick, and can keep up with low-level horses. And they're almost impossible to outrun on foot. I mean, I don't know about the dexterous Vila, but to anyone around or below 100 dexterity are gonna have a bad time running from these cool cats. They mostly get bought and butchered for about 2,000 quality leather, 400 guard fur, 400 malarium, with full lures. They can also be found outside of MEDULI, to the northeast hills by the Spider Cave, and to the southeast of town and sprinkled around the desert area. To the north of MEDULI, against the western hill, outside of town, you will see a hole in the mountain near the cougar spawn. In this cave, the entrance is guarded by a single BELBUS, and inside are spiderlings and niter workers. You will have to fight these on foot, as the tight corridors of the cave makes it almost impossible to ride a horse. They are fairly easy to fight for a well-equipped adventurer and are pretty easy to tank or parry. There's not much to say about these monsters, but the cave has 2 long hallways and 2 larger rooms. They are bought and butchered mostly for 1,600 crepite, 1,200 arthropod carcass, 400 silk. The spiderlings mostly butcher for 1,000 crepite, 520 silk, but they give way less carcass. Spiders are weak to blunt attacks. Black bears are just as dangerous as you think a bear might be. They could be found to the south over the second mountain and slightly to the east. Heavy attacks and a lot of hit points. They are a great way to train mounted archery, and they make a great battle tank. They give a lot of carcass, so killing a few will quickly fill your bags. And they can also wear bags. So if you tame one, they can help carry the corpse of their family to the butcher tables. They are weak to piercing and possibly slashing. I wasn't about to fist fight the whole Bearstein Bears family, but they are bought and butchered for 320 ground fur, 400 quality leather, 140 malarium, and 120 guard fur with full lore. Springbok are deer. Not much to say here. They can be found to the east outside of MEDULI and scattered throughout all of Nave. They are not aggressive and are easy to train your battle skills on, although they are quick, so their evasive maneuvers do make them a fun challenge to chase or track down. Dude, why can I not shoot this fucking deer? So most embarrassing. Oh my fucking god, dude. How the fuck am I not hitting this fucking thing? They mostly butcher for 4,000 meat, which makes excellent fat food, 1,200 quality leather. Some say that quality leather can be used as fishing bait, but it's an armor backing for medium and light armors, and 160 emalgi and 700 horn with full skills. GAUR are water buffalo. They can be found east out of MEDULI and further past the pond. They are not aggressive, but they are an excellent way to train mounted archery. They have a lot of hit points and they are slow. And dropping 1 or 2 of these will fill your bags really quick. They butcher for 720 full grain leather, 200 emalgi, 480 horn, and 160 compact horn with full skills. I couldn't find the amount of what TEGMATONS butcher for, but they do yield dense crepite and panzer carapace. Panzer carapace is one of the better armors in the game as far as animal materials go, and it also makes excellent shields. You can buy the panzer carapace lore book at the jungle camp at the Animist Librarian for 10 gold. Dense crepite is arguably one of the best animal materials you can use in bow crafting. You can find the dense crepite lore book at the Animist Library in the jungle camp for 2 gold and 50 silver. You can also find both of these books at any player market for a hefty markup fee. Expect 20 to 30 gold or more. Tegmatons are extremely dangerous. They are weak to blunt attacks, although foot fighting one might not be the wisest choice to your health. They drop a brain worth 90 silver, but can be used in the skill domination so that you can have one of these as a battle pet. Or you can sell them on the broker for about 10 gold, player demand pending, and location also pending. They have a ranged attack that shoots a dart that hits decently hard, and they seem to like to target your mount more often than not. As you can solo these, they are resistant against piercing, and to fight one as a mounted archer will take a decent amount of time. But given the equipment you have, the skill you have as a player, and the materials you're after, they could be well worth the fight, as they give about 40 clad points per kill. You can find these monsters to the south past the Sardukan Bridge. They roam around alone, so finding them can be tricky. I think that just about covers it for this section into animal materials. This is everything around MEDULI in the Western Steppe. Instead of having a 45-minute long video covering every species in the game, I will break the map down into sections: the jungle, mountains, east, and central. I want to make an entertaining and informative guide for this game so new players and an outside audience can see what this game has to offer. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite thing to fight in MO2, or if you have any good hunting stories from you and your guild, leave it down below. Also, feel free to promote your guild in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching.